Hey you guys, it is Ty and welcome back to my video. Today is May 8th, 2023 and I believe it is Monday. Regardless of when you're watching this, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. As you guys can see, once again we are back outside. I'm going to try my best to record this video very quickly due to the fact that the weather is changing. So as the weather changes, you know, the seasons change, reasons change. So if you guys are new here, welcome back. It's your favorite Rich Auntie. I'm a naturopathic physician here to suggest content when it comes to holistic healing. I am certified. I have been running this business for a very long time and I've been posting videos here on YouTube since 2019. So with that being said, there is no right or wrong way to heal yourself. So if this is for you, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you think of these videos or any topics that you're interested in. So if you guys are interested in this session, make sure to visit our website at www.tyguidance.com and to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Ty_guidance to stay up to date. So with that being said, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do or how to feel. So always take the information that resonates with you. And specifically with that being said, we're just going to get straight into the video. Disclaimer, I do not like bugs or bees, so I'm going to try my best to stay still, but if they come up, you guys, I'm prepared to go. But for today's topic and for today's video, I just wanted to go ahead and start and just let you know to be mindful of your energy and to always trust your intuition. So I think I'm going to end the slide and just trust your discernment, how to pay attention to your intuition. So first things first, once again, I'm just going to suggest and advise what works for me and other clients of all different walks of life. Number one, you want to pay attention to your physical body. When you get around other people, you're able to pick up on their energy for those of you who are intuitive. And if you're learning how to be intuitive, you have to know who you are. In order for you to even discern other people's energy, you have to be centered of yourself. You have to know who you are and you have to know how you feel about certain topics and certain situations. This is why it's really important to continue to stay isolated and focus on yourself and focus on the people, places, and things that are for you. Before you could say who is for you and who's not for you, it is really important that you get familiar with yourself and that you have a relationship with yourself, because as you have a relationship with yourself, you're able to understand how do you feel about certain things. It is important that when it comes to your discernment, the more time and energy you make for yourself, the easier it is for you to distinguish if somebody is worth your time and energy. It is going to be hard for you and challenging for you to determine if somebody is for you or if you have anxiety. So the difference between you having anxiety and actually someone not being for you is the anxiety is based off of your doubt, the anxiety is based off of your overthinking, the anxiety is making you think and feel paranoid from your past trauma. This is why it's really important that as you're continuing to heal yourself, you allow yourself to grieve. So you have to learn how to express how you feel at all times. If you're not able to tell somebody how you feel without them trying to make you feel bad, without them trying to gaslight you, without them trying to manipulate your energy, that person is not for you. And always trust the energy. So that's the next thing that I want to talk about. Energy is never going to lie to you. You can always feel somebody's energy whether you're intuitive or not, because when you're paranoid and you have anxiety, of course you're going to have your insecurities amongst yourself, and that is your own energy versus being around other people. So someone like myself, I'm highly intuitive. I'm naturally gifted. Oh my god, you guys, I just seen a wasp. I'm naturally intuitive. Let me just stay still. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god. Okay, it went away. I'm naturally intuitive because of my bloodline, because of historically like my ancestors and who I am. So I know who's for me and who's not for me. And you have to understand, the people that are for you, they speak life into you. When you get around people, if you feel like when you converse with them, they're draining your energy, they're not listening to your energy, they don't allow you to be yourself, that's another indicator that somebody is actually not for you. And it's nothing wrong with being inspired by people and wanting to achieve certain things that other people have done, but you have to do it for yourself. That's another way you can determine who is for you and who's not. And you have to trust your intuition. Like, once again, it's not to say that people necessarily can or cannot be in your life, but if their energy is not for you, it's going to be a distraction. And you have to understand it. When people are not meant to be in your life, it's going to be a distraction. You don't need to allow yourself to be surrounded by people, places, and things that do not bring out the best version of you, that do not allow you to be who you need to be. When people do not have the best interest for you, you're going to feel uncomfortable around them. Now, if you want the relationship to work, whether it's a people, place, or space, or if you want to be in a certain environment, you have to have confidence within yourself. You have to stand your ground. You have to let everybody know, hey, I'm not you, you're not me. All that negative energy that you're sending towards me, I send back to sender with love and light. Or you could just, like I said, simply express that. But in order for you to have the confidence that you need to understand who's worth your time and energy and who's not, you have to be secure in yourself. Always trust how you feel. People can sit here and show you support and say that they love you, and the whole time their spirits, or what people like to say, their inner demons, are triggered. And what a lot of people fail to realize is not even you that is triggering people's demons. A lot of people are okay with not confronting themselves. A lot of people would rather be in denial, and a lot of people are okay with lying to themselves. And this is very unhealthy. That's why you have a lot of people in toxic cycles, toxic jobs, and toxic relationships, and around people that is not for their highest good. And as you're elevating, as you're leveling up, you have to learn how to cut that energy off, because it's not for you. The longer you hold on to people, places, and things that are not for you, the more time and energy that you waste for yourself. And I'm speaking from experience. There's a lot of people in my life that were removed out of my life, and I don't feel any type of way. And another thing, how you know if someone's for you, just because you fall out with people, just because you don't associate yourself with people, doesn't mean you have to speak down on them. Me personally, I don't talk about my past because I don't live there, and it doesn't matter today. When people you fall out with talk about your past or talk about you, they're showing you who they are. You need to learn how to pay attention to people. I've been around a lot of low vibrational people, and I'm calling them low vibrational because they intentionally went out their way to speak bad about me and other people and adults and children. And because I didn't condone that energy, I removed myself. So if people are still talking about me to this day, I'm not in their lives. That's not something that you have to focus on. And that's another thing that goes to show you that those people are not for you. You have to trust your intuition as you're healing yourself and as you're elevating, because everyone may not have your best interest, but everyone is not true to who they are. And when it comes to you healing yourself as you elevate, you're not even intimidating. You're not even intimidating people. A lot of people are just insecure, and a lot of people just need to confess their sins and how they genuinely feel. They wouldn't have to worry about bringing you down. People wouldn't have to worry about stalking you. People wouldn't have to worry about speaking bad about you. People wouldn't have to worry about lying on you. People wouldn't have to worry about gossiping on you. People would not have so much time and energy trying to figure you out, keep up with you, if they were who they were. When you tell the truth, that's another thing. Energy is not going to lie to you. And sometimes when you try to confront people, once again, from experience, when you try to confront people or you let them know how you feel, some people are offended because they are not being honest with themselves. So if you tell somebody something about them and they try to bring it back on you, and I've had that happen to me before, do not, and especially when it comes to little boys, like, that's the truth. Out of my experience, it's always been insecure little boys who felt the need to manipulate and gaslight. When it comes to women, it was just a lack of communication. And I'm not saying all little boys are one way, but there are men in this world, and then there are women in this world. There are boys in this world, then there are girls in this world. That's how I look at it. I'm a young lady. I used to be a girl, and I'm not saying that boys and girls, men and women, can't be childish and not have their moments, but really, when people are secure of themselves, they're not about to sit here and waste your time and energy. They're not going to gossip about you. If somebody has a problem with you, they will be able to communicate you. So from experience, before I was able to become emotional intelligent, before I was able to understand my triggers when it comes to my emotions and not being so unstable, I didn't know how to express myself. And the other people that I was in relationships with, regardless if it was work, personal, intimate, regardless, would know that, like, if you want to be in a relationship with people, people have to be patient with you. Like, I didn't know, it's not even the fact that I didn't know how to express myself, it's just because I would feel so intensely, it's just trying to get it all together. But if someone wants to be in a relationship with you, if somebody's genuinely for you, they will be able to be patient with you. And people are allowed to disagree with you without disrespecting you. Like, if you have conversations with people and they don't agree with you and they try to get rude, they try to get nasty, and they're trying to be disrespectful, that is another indicator that that person is not for you. You don't have to go out your way to force people to be in a relationship with you. So for example, as I'm growing my channel on my platforms, as I'm elevating, people are going to be attracted to me regardless of whatever reason. When somebody does not have genuine intentions, you're going to know immediately. It does not take, to be honest, more than 24 hours to determine somebody's intention if you're really intuitive. And how you understand within the 24 hours is how that person communicates. Once again, how do people talk about themselves? How do people talk about others? That's why I only speak high of myself. I only speak high of the people around me, because at the end of the day, I'm only one person. You see, when people are in secret competition, they're blatantly in competition. When people say slick things to you, when people try to be shady towards you, when people try to pick and choose when they support you, like people watching you, not liking, not commenting, not reposting, but they watch you, they're observing you, they're trying to study you. And what people fail to realize, a lot of people spend so much time and energy trying to challenge you and go up against you that they waste their whole lives. So always trust how you feel. Like, there's a lot of people who try to smile in my face and they're not genuinely happy for themselves. So they can't genuinely be happy for me. And instead of them being honest and confronting themselves or saying, hey, you inspire me, or hey, I'm insecure, or asking to get help or wanting to do better, they sit here and they project. You got to learn how to pay attention to the energy. Energy is not going to lie. If somebody really wants you to do good, they have to be doing good for themselves. Like, there is no competition. So when people are envious of you, and like, for example, you just meeting people, you never met them, their energy is off, pay attention. You're triggering them. You're going to trigger a lot of people who are not secure in themselves, but it's not your issue. It's not your job. It's not your job to worry about people being triggered. It's not your job to sit here, especially grown adults. That's why I said there are men, then there are women, there are girls, then there are boys. If people are really secure in themselves, why do they have to belittle you? Just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean that you have to curse them out. Just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean you have to be superior. Everybody does not have the same life. None of us have the same emotions. Let me stay still. Ooh, let me stay still. You guys, none of us have the same emotions. None of us have the same resources. None of us have the same tools. None of us have the same finances. So you cannot compare your life or your journey to people you don't know. And that's just what it is. You don't know people. You don't know people. You don't have to assume things about people if you were patient enough to try to get to know them. So that's what I'm saying. So if people are not willing to be patient with you, if people are just so rude and arrogant, F them. You don't have to explain yourself to people. And once again, when you follow up with people and they talk about you, let them. I do not care about what anybody has to say about me who is not in my life now, because the people that are meant to be in my life now are supposed to be. Everybody is going to come into your life to teach you something, whether it's long term, whether it's short term, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 5 hours, whether it's 5 years. Learn what you need to learn from people and just work on yourself. If people were to mind their business, focus on themselves and do what makes them happy, and just be honest about their healing, which means taking your time, unlearning, learning, programming, unprogramming, educating yourself, you wouldn't have to worry about people making you feel insecure. Your insecurities are personal. And that's another thing. When people don't know you, they're going to assume things about you. They're going to talk about you. People can assume whatever they want about me. People can talk about whatever they want about me because they don't know me. And when people know you, like when you're friends, real genuine people, because everybody is not a bad person. Everybody doesn't have bad intentions. People that take care of themselves, people that genuinely love themselves, have love for themselves and other people. Just because I love myself doesn't mean I have to agree with you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to disrespect you. Just because I love myself and I don't have the same attractions and interests that you have doesn't make me less or better. Everyone doesn't have the same experiences. Everyone emotionally, physically, financially, geographically doesn't have the same car, doesn't have the same education, doesn't have the same parents. People do not have what other people have. That's why you have to stay in your lane. You have to stay focused on yourself and just allow yourself to grieve. So what I suggest and advise, having conversations with yourself, like I said, booking a session with us, going to a licensed therapist, verbalizing, vocalizing. If you do not verbalize or vocalize how you feel, all that built up trauma is going to be internal. And every time you get around people, you're going to be triggered. You're going to be timid. You don't have to suffer your entire life. Yes, those bad things have happened to you. Yes, we're going to talk about that for the rest of this year and forever on. But you got to learn how to be true to yourself. It's okay to cry. It's okay to yell. It's okay to be vulnerable. Once again, if you cannot be vulnerable with people, those people are not for you. And I need you all to start thinking logically just as much as emotionally. If I cannot be vulnerable with you, if I can't confide in you, if I can't tell you something personal about me without you trying to sit here and be braggadocious or feel like you're better than me, once again, what sense does that make for you to surround yourself with those kind of people? And they don't have to be good or bad. That's like, oh, people can say I'm good or bad to you. And that's another thing. That's when it comes to people's thoughts and opinions. People are going to think. Everyone is entitled to think and feel how they want to. Like me personally, I allow people to think and say what they need to. But if it's not for me, if you don't finance me, feed me, or educate me, I don't care about what you have to say about me. And that's the same attitude that you have. You're not selfish for being of yourself. The problem is there's so much attachment and corruption that people think you're supposed to be attached to people, or bitch, you being by yourself. How am I selfish for taking care of myself? Are you guys going to take care of me? And I'm not talking about my genuine supporters, but just ask yourself, if people don't add any value to your life, it doesn't matter. There are 8 billion people in this world. More than likely, you came into this world by yourself. Not even more than likely, you came into this world by yourself, and more than likely, excuse me, you may be leaving this world by yourself. Enjoy your moments. Do not suffer. When things happen to you, speak up. Express how you feel. Talk to people. Once again, if people can't listen to understand, if people don't allow you to express how you feel, if people don't allow you to be you, because why are you hiding? Why do you be tense? No, like, I don't have to be tense just because everybody else in the room is uncomfortable. That means I need to get out the room. That means them people are not for me, and that's a part of life. As you heal, you guys, I got hair on my lip. As you heal, you're gonna outgrow people. It's okay. That doesn't make you a good or bad person. If people want to be in your life, they have to meet you. They have to meet you where you are. Okay, you guys, I'm about to hold on. We about to switch it up. People have to meet you where they are. If people are not willing to meet you where you are, once again, why would you want to be surrounded by people? It's nothing wrong with you loving yourself and taking care of yourself. I don't respect anybody, or I don't want you guys to condone any energy that doesn't allow you to be happy with yourself. Like, what does your happiness have to do with other people? If people wanted to be happy in their life, they would make decisions. That's like when you go shopping. When you go shopping, you spend your money on the things that you want to do. You can't get upset that people have money, and if you're not willing to go to work, or even if you steal, that's your business. I'm not here to judge you. At the end of the day, you just have to be mindful of your actions. Tell the truth. Be honest with yourself. Use your discernment. Always pay attention to how you feel. If your body or your ancestors are telling you that that person's not for you, even when they lie and smile in your face, you know. And that's another thing. Instead of looking at people personally, because that's why I don't get upset with people, it's their spirit. I don't have a problem with nobody on this earth. I don't have beef with nobody on this earth. But everybody's energy and spirit is not meant to be aligned with mine, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world, because the more you get in tune with yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you ground yourself, you will realize what type of energy is for you and what energy is not for you. You don't want to be around anybody just to have attention. That's not what you want. You don't have to surround yourself with people who don't have the best interest for you, because once again, that's a waste of your time. Like, you didn't come here to suffer. You didn't come here to be miserable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Live your life, and don't forget to say hello. Until next time, bye.